Today we're going to be looking at whether or not ATV Drift and Tricks is worth a $5. ATV Drift and Tricks is a bit different than other videos I have focused on in my Worth a $5 series, in that there's actually a physical release available and not just the digital version. So note that the digital version has just went on sale for under $5 for the first time, but not quite that low for the physical. So we're going to find out if you should look into ATV Drift and Tricks. After you like the video and subscribe if you're new to the SirLink Gaming channel, where I take a look at games you can find for under $5, like ATV Drift and Tricks, when it's on sale. And now that my short intro is finished, let's get to it. Seeing the Unreal Engine 4 logo when I booted up the game, I thought was a sign of good things to come. And in hindsight, the game does run smooth and the graphics were alright, except for some strange blurring in the menus. But overall there was nothing super special in the look of ATV Drift and Tricks. There are a couple game modes that you can hop into, those being Season and Quick Game. In Season, you will play a circuit of races, either 3 for beginner seasons, 4 for intermediate, and who knows how many for pro or god seasons. More on that later. For Season, the beginner races are not overly difficult after you're able to get through the slight learning curve of the handling, drift mechanics, and figure out how to time wheelies and different turbo techniques that will end up giving you an edge. Secondly, Quick Game gives you the option to play single race, which is self-explanatory, Championship, which allows you to select your own circuit of races to partake in, and finally, Time Attack and Hot Lap. Now for the actual gameplay of ATV Drift and Tricks. It's in a word, fine. As I suggested earlier, the handling takes a bit to familiarize yourself with, and can differ significantly from rider to rider. But when it comes to the 3 other stats, I couldn't really tell a difference between each of the characters that I used. As you race, there are performance points you receive, and I have no idea what the actual reason for them are. You see points accumulating as you race for things like good drifts, hitting a turbo, but then you also see penalties which are not really explained. Why am I seeing all this red and losing points? I don't know. Even after completing a few seasons, I still don't know what the points are for. The circuit says 400,000 and 500,000 are the targets for the beginner season, but it's not like the next circuits are unlocked by you hitting these totals, which frankly are ridiculous. I mean, look at my score here in an attempt to hit those targets. Not even close. I don't know how you get so many points. Maybe that's the tricks part of ATV Drift and Tricks? But I think there needs to be a bit more explanation on how to earn these points, as there isn't a tutorial for you to understand what's going on. I race as usual and lose points. Why? One of the surprising omissions from this game though is multiplayer. Seems like this game would be a dead ringer for a multiplayer game mode. But not only is there only no online multiplayer, there's no local multiplayer, which is kinda surprising. ATV Drift and Tricks is hard after you finish the beginner tracks. For intermediate races, you mess up once, and good luck getting back into first place, as your progression into the pro and god seasons is limited, as you need to finish on the podium in a minimum of 3rd place in order to unlock those seasons. What I'm reminded of when I'm playing this game is how gaming must have been before the internet. As a kid, seeing this game on the store shelf, I would think, yeah, this game looks so cool. But then you boot it up, and it's really hard, and without multiplayer. So paying the full price of $30 Canadian for a physical copy of ATV Drift and Tricks would make you, or your parents in this case, feel like you were swindled. However, the digital version of the game has now reached an all-time low price of $2.55, which is a savings of 94%. But even at that hefty discount, the difficulty and lack of multiplayer as part of the whole package means that ATV Drift and Tricks is not worth a $5. Have you played ATV Drift and Tricks? Do you think it's worth a $5? Let me know in the comments below and I will see you in my next video.